Alrighty guys, so if you watched yesterday's M91 video, you would have noticed at the end I did mention an AN94 class that's kind of stupid, but I love it. This is our best AN94 class setup right now. That's kind of dumb. You would have been able to tell by the title that this is not very intelligent and it's kind of a waste of a specific slot in your class setup, but it's very, very fun to use. So let's try and get this one to 30 likes for another AN94 class setup. I do actually believe this particular AN94 setup of these attachments is probably the best in the game at the moment, so make sure you do try this out. So if you want to continue to watch me do stupid things in Call of Duty, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on so you don't have to test out these dumb things for yourself and you can just watch me do it and we can all have a good time. Let's talk about it. This is super, super dumb. You're not going to believe what I've done here. Okay, so one of the problems with the beloved AN94 most of the time is running out of ammo. Like, you do absolutely shred through that 5.45 by 39mm 30 round magazine by stock, and it is a very, very powerful weapon in my opinion. The AN94 is probably one of the better assault rifles going around right now. And of course, as I said, it does use that kind of weird ammunition, but let's talk about our perks and then you'll sort of piece this together why we are doing what we're doing. Starting off with EOD here for that explosive resistance. Basically being able to not die to a C4 that someone chucks at your head is a pretty good option most of the time. Overkill in the perk 2 slot, as you can see here, we are running the AK-47 and the AN-94 for good reason here, of course, that you'll find out in just a second. And of course, tune-up is a great way to get our field upgrade online as soon as possible. Of course, we want that C4 in that lethal slot because it is a very, very strong option in this particular game. Great killing tool and also a useful piece of utility, as well as the tactical, the stim shot, very, very powerful option in this game. As we normally do, we're taking a look at our secondary weapon here first. Basically, the AK-47 does include an option to have the 5.45 by 39mm 30 round mags, and of course, we can equip the fully loaded perk with this as well. Basically, you could probably piece this together already what we're trying to go for here. We want as much ammo for the AN-94 as possible. Like outside of these two attachments here, the ammunition and of course the perk, you can really choose whatever you like for your AK-47. We're not using this at all. Nobody cares about this particular option here. All we want is extra ammunition for our AN-94. As for our attachments on the AN-94, we're all about that accuracy, hitting those first couple of bullets which do come out accelerated rate. Like, I think the first 2 bullets do come out at about 950, 1,000 rounds a minute, and then I think for whatever reason the third bullet comes out even faster than that at about 1,400 RPM, and then of course it does slow down to about 650 RPM, which is pretty standard for most like slower assault rifles. But this is all about that burst here, baby. We want to start with that barrel, the AN-94 Factory X 438mm barrel. Of course, that damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control is a very fantastic option in this game. Like, it's one of those options that gets those bullets on target. That range is very, very nice here. That bullet velocity and, of course, that recoil control makes us very, very accurate, able to hit our shots, and super, super strong. Our optic of choice here, it would normally be like a Geo Mini Reflex, but this particular weapon, the Core Combat Hollow Sight, is one of the best sights for this particular weapon. I don't know what it is about it. It's just got that nice little bit of extra zoom, nice clear sight picture, makes it feel very, very nice. Like that big fat sight, hitting that head, like those first couple of bullets do have to hit like a chest or a head for you to get a decent amount of kills with this, and this actually really lets us do that. It's a very, very powerful option in this game. I did also get yelled at for saying powerful, so we need to look up another word for powerful. The Thesaurus did spell that wrong, but that's okay. We'll go up here. Synonyms for powerful. Alrighty guys, the Core Combat Hollow Sight is an attachment that is definitely in the saddle with this potential weapon damage right now. As for our stock here, we are looking for that folded stock, and this is in the saddle as well, baby. An omnipotent attachment, of course. Movement speed, aim down, sight speed. This, of course, does reduce our recoil control as well, but this is one of those options that's still very, very powerful, and we have the attachments to make up for this as well. Like, it is, of course, very, very supreme to have this particular movement speed and aim down, sight speed, along with the barrel attachments that do make us very, very accurate in this game, and it does have a weighty feel to it, of course. In the rear grip slot, we do want that stipple grip tape for that aim down, sight speed, sprint to fire speed. Basically, getting those sights up nice and quickly is very, very competent in this game, and of course, you feel in control with this. And lastly, the underbarrel is, of course, the Commando foregrip. This is a very robust option in this game. We can hit those shots on target. That recoil stabilization does control that horizontal recoil, as well as about a 10% increase to our vertical recoil. I think it's like a 7% increase, which is really, really nice. Of course, we probably did forget the most important part of this particular class, that the field upgrade with the stopping power rounds, the AN94 is an absolute burst machine, and that is why we did include that tune-up perk, just to get this online a lot faster. This is a very, very good option in this game for this particular weapon. Anyway, just before my brain explodes trying to think of different words for powerful, let's jump into some gameplay here with this particular weapon, because I love the AN94. It's definitely one of the best guns in the game right now, one of my favorites for sure. Alright, so as I described this AN94 class, this is hella dumb. Look how much ammo we do get in the bottom right. 240 shots with this particular thing, and this is courtesy of our AK-47 with those 5.45 by 39mm 30 round mags. But we don't care about the AK, like, that's old news. This is basically like relationship ended with like old AK. New best friend is new AK. But you just see, you get those sights up and you get those shots down range. Those first couple of bullets are very, very important with this. If you are accurate, you're going to absolutely shred people with this particular weapon. It is, of course, very, very No, we're not allowed to say the P word. We're not allowed to say powerful. Somebody made me self-conscious about what I have to say, and now I'm upset about it, and that's okay. Like, we should use bigger and better words than powerful, but my brain isn't that... Always talking too much in these videos. Always talking too much, not actually thinking about the game. Anyway, I really do like the AN94. I think this is probably one of the better options in the game right now. I think it's up there with the M4 as probably one of the best assault rifles. Like, it's a little bit of a toss-up right now as to what the best assault rifle is, but I think this is definitely up there. This is definitely one of the better options. Like, just those first couple of bullets come out that accelerated rate. That hyper burst is, of course, very, very strong here. That's why I got it in gold. Just want to see what it looked like in gold, and it's very, very fancy. That, like, weird little hyper burst that does come out, and then slowing down the fire rate is interesting, of course, but those first couple of bullets coming out very, very quickly is busted in this game. Like, especially if we do have those stopping power rounds. Like, watch this. It's, like, stupid. If anybody is close enough to feel the actual pain of this thing, like, they're gonna die. They are dying with these stopping power rounds. It makes it broken. Like, this is actually far too strong. Anybody does get in the way of this, it's over. Like, it is over. No. I don't want to die. No. I don't want to die just yet. We're on a good little streak here. There's good little streak here. This is a good little streak. Alright, we're going to drop this over somewhere, over the back here. We're going to keep trying to hold this, though. That's bad. That is bad. Alright, well, do not. Alright, we got our stopping power rounds in here again. I know the stopping power rounds are very strong with pretty much every weapon in this game, but, like, this is something else. Like, this is... Come on. Wait, this is fine, I think. This is actually almost okay. Silly, man. Ah! If anybody does actually get in the sights of this thing while you do have the stopping power rounds on, it's over. I know I did say that before, but... Okay, I didn't actually know he was there. I didn't even warm up for this. Like, this is not a game I actually warmed up for. I just was feeling good, you know, how we do. Like, sometimes you just come into a game and you're absolutely feeling yourself, and... Ah, that was a little bit unfortunate. We got double teamed there. He's taken care of. Somebody is coming this way to try and take us out, but we're back to our stopping power range, which is just silly. Oh man, we got that VTOL again. Normally these videos do not go this well. Like, normally we don't get this amount of kills just straight off the bat, but... Ah, man. It feels good to be a clustered up king sometimes. Just use your massive brain to come up with stupid ideas to make this game silly. Come on. No! Just standing out in the open. Idiot. Idiot. It's dumb how, despite actually popping off for about 5 minutes here, we aren't actually going to win this game. Oh my god. Ooh. Do 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 do. Do. Everything is fine. I don't really care about the actual game. I just care about getting kills. Ah, man, we're going to have our final thoughts on this in just a second because this might actually be the strongest weapon they've ever added to this game. 60 and 6 is actually quite good. That's not bad. So what do we think of our goofy AN94 class here? Well, I think you can probably maybe ditch the AK-47, the overkill stuff, like the fully loaded and stuff like that. I don't think you actually need that for this class to be successful. It just helps a little bit, makes you go on those longer streaks with that AN94 because we have more bullets to choose from. I think Ghost would also be a good option here so we can stay off that radar. But I think Tune-Up is actually probably the best option for the AN94 right now, reducing the charge time of those field upgrades by about 40% and having the stopping power rounds with the weapon that's just absolutely busted is very, very strong in my opinion. Like, that's kind of good. The AN94 is probably the best assault rifle in the game, and if we were to make a video ranking the best 10 weapons in the game right now, this would probably be like 1 or 2. I'm not decided yet. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you do have an absolute blast with this class setup because it's stupid. It's very, very fun. Just take the stopping power rounds in the AN94. You will not regret it. Trust me. Let's try and get this one to 30 likes or whatever I said in the start, and make sure if you haven't already done so to hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any of the upcoming content. Like, how could you not subscribe after a gameplay like that? Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!